Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my June planner update, and it is also kind of like my mid-year review because I have some changes that I'll be making to my planner system. I think it's a pretty big change. So yeah, let's just jump right in. I'm a little out of breath because I just basically ran back from the office because we had new releases and I'm out of breath. Gonna first start with my reading journal. I added 2 extra vinyls on the cover. I think it's super cute and I have a little bit more room here. I do have other vinyls I can obviously add, but I feel like there are more designs that I personally like to come. So I want to save this space for the perfect vinyl. And then I also added a little adhesive pocket in the middle so I can store the rating trackers, also the finished book sticker, and also these headphone emojis because I have been actually really enjoying listening to audiobooks while going on my hikes. So keeping that all tucked in there. And then I also added a few sticky notes on the inner cover. These just come from my shop. I took a few pages off and stuck it on here. Only a few pages though, because I didn't want like the little bump while writing on the actual pages. And then as for my reading update, I finished one book last month. Yeah, one book last month. And then I started Walkable City, which I have not finished yet, but I did write a few thoughts on it and notes. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't read too often, so my updates are pretty sparse. Next up, we have the pocket bullet journal, and I think this wasn't on here last update, but I basically added a like suspicious fishy emoji vinyl, which I think is super cute. And I actually did this just last night. I added these like little tabs with the new tiny icons from the shop. This one is the poop icon. This one is the nurse icon. And I added it on both sides, so it's double-sided. And the poop icon is for my junk page. I basically just added like the produce stickers, random stuff that I get in the mail, and then also like the extra washi bits that I rip off. I just stuck them on here and I think it looks really cool. I took a few notes from the Food Network about baking times, temperature, glass and metal pans, and then I just doodled a bunch of stuff at the bottom here. The nurse tab icon is for my new medication tracker. I kind of overdid it. I don't think I need this much space. I basically have a column for the number of days, the time that I took the medication, which as you can see, I am not very consistent, whether I took it with food, and so far I just don't take it with food, and then just like any notable things that happened. And the reason why I wanted to track this was to basically see if I want to increase doses or something like that. But again, I think I left way too much space. I don't think I need to track so many days, but it's there if I need it. I have really been loving these like vertical weekly spreads. I started off with a few weekly highlights and then I just continue my to-do list as I go. And yeah, it's pretty simple. Sunday, I decided to dedicate an entire page to it. Oh yeah, this was Father's Day. Half a to-do list and then half this like timeline. This one, I decided to do a horizontal week. Not the biggest fan of this, but yeah, there's that. I also sometimes like to do like a to-do list and a bunch of doodles about the day. I went on a hike, Stairmaster, did some reading, stuff like that. And then this current week, I decided to do something super colorful and fun. I will say though, I misremembered which pink marker I used for Tuesday and like all of this. So when I did the swatch for Saturday, this is actually a different shade of pink, which is bothering me a little bit. But yeah, otherwise I really like this spread. So that's basically it for my pocket bullet journal. I definitely started finding my spark again with this like little journal, and I just have a few pages left, so very exciting because I get to start a new notebook soon. That'll be fun. Okay, so next I will show you all of my take a note planner spreads, and this is where I have my change for the second half of the year, which is I will no longer be using my take a note planner for the rest of the year. On one hand, I feel like I let people down, which is just like the most silly thing ever, and it's not that serious. At the end of last month, I was sure that I wouldn't buy this again for 2025, but I didn't mind finishing it for the rest of the year. But in the month of June, especially in the last 2 weeks, I really struggled, and I just realized that apart from the cover, this planner just wasn't bringing me any joy whatsoever, and it was actually starting to stress me out. And the other thing is, my true love, I have realized, is really the Hobonichi Cousin. And because I had to spend some time each day journaling in this, I couldn't dedicate the time that I wanted to my Hobonichi Cousin. So long story short, I will not be continuing this for July and onwards. It's not a bad planner by any means. I don't really have any complaints, but it just doesn't work for me. So yeah, let's just flip through all of them. Okay, see, I even have like the photos printed, but I just didn't feel like pasting them in. So this is like a little photo collage that my sister made for Father's Day. Apparently I was craving sushi. This is when I started my new medication, and I was overthinking it so much because the doctor was like, you need to take this medication in the morning. But then I was like, oh my gosh, like what exactly counts as the morning? Is it as soon as I wake up? But like I wake up pretty early, so will it wear off later in the day? So yeah, I was like freaking out, but all is well. Here I pasted a photo of me and my nephew, and I didn't finish pasting the other photos. I had really bad insomnia these few days, so that's my funny little doodle. And then on Wednesday evening, for some reason, I was like, I want to go for a run. I went for a run, and I ended up doing a personal record, which is kind of, yeah, weird. I think this dance party doodle is really funny. I love that. And then this is when we hosted our washi stamp and pouch pre-order, which was super fun. No photos again. I do like these purple floral doodles. I think yellow and purple is an underrated color combo. And then this is kind of where you can see I start falling off. I didn't journal at all on this day, and I wrote big words to take up the empty space. Poetry, wisdom. And this was actually the inspiration behind the July order freebie. I have a stack of them here. This is what they look like. As you can see, I have this like no time to write with an arrow emoji. And I designed this because I was like, I wish I had something like this sticker to cover up the space. I made this really small for the sake of this like small freebie, but I think when I sell it in the shop, if you guys are interested, I want to make like a huge version as well. So there's that. On this day, I think I cried for the first time in a while. It was really silly. My dad was being really nice, and then I kind of snapped at him because I was super stressed about something. And then as he was walking away, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such a terrible person. So I started crying. So yeah. So it wasn't like due to that, but I think it was like a buildup of several months of stress. This prompt was really fun. Why do you think many people are scared of spiders? And I don't know why, like I had so many things to say about that. So that's a very long entry. Sometimes you just want to shout at the top of your lungs. I think this needs to be a sticker as well. The one thing I like about this is I make a lot of fun doodles, and I think all of them are contenders for good stickers or like vinyl stickers. And then this is this current week. As you can see, I was like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore. This is adding more stress than joy to me, and yeah. I did have someone in the Facebook group ask about like what you should do with like planners you don't finish. Obviously, this is a waste. It is perfectly good pages and I'm just like not going to use it. And I would say I'm pretty like non-wasteful, especially when it comes to things I buy. So a few things I keep in mind to comfort myself is, first, again, it was bringing me a lot of stress and it's just not worth it. Second, I gave this planner a chance for 6 months, so it's not for a lack of trying. And third, I can always use these pages to do pen swatches, to do doodles, to tip into other planners, stuff like that. I can also just like ignore all of these lines and use it as a plain notebook to jot down notes. Maybe those reasons might be helpful for you if you are in a similar position. But yeah, I think this is one of the last times you will see this. Maybe I'll include it in my end of the year review, but it is time to say goodbye. Okay, I'm just being silly. Next up is my Hobonichi Cousin, my one true love. I feel like I'm talking about a romantic relationship, but I have been tied to this planner since college, and I felt like I needed to explore some other options and, you know, have a relationship with other planners before I could fully commit to this one. I'm just kidding, of course, but every time I use this planner, I feel happy. And what was making me sad was that I couldn't spend all of my time with this planner. So I'm very happy that starting in July, 90% of my attention will be on the Hobonichi Cousin. I already did the setup video if you want to check it out. Alrighty, are you guys excited? This is the fitness tracker, all filled out except for the last 2 days. I feel like I should have no problem filling those 2 days out. But yeah, this is literally the first time I have been able to keep up with a habit tracker for more than like 15 days. It's kind of crazy, but this really brings me a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. And let's just take a moment of silence and just... Okay, let's move on. So again, keeping in mind what I said earlier about the fact that I just didn't have as much time as I wanted to in this planner, I felt really uninspired by the weekly section. Just being completely real with you, these are a lot of unfinished spreads. I usually start off the week strong and then something happens near the end, but I will show you guys anyways. Maybe if you struggle with the same thing, you won't feel so alone. One of my favorites. I love these colors so much. I have really been loving this weekly habit tracker with the tiny icons format. Really like this one. This was inspired by the Father's Day flowers that I bought for my dad. I believe men should get flowers too. So I always try to get flowers for my dad for his birthday and Father's Day as well. Looks like I really struggled on the weekend here. And then this is this current week, which I have not finished yet. Decided to go with this cherry blossom theme. This is a blossoming neighborhood, I think. Yeah. Next up is the daily. Started off with a roses theme because the birth flower for June is roses. Are roses? Yeah, are roses. I really struggle with English grammar, and it's something that I'm quite insecure about. So if you catch me like making any grammatical errors, definitely correct me. Like, I'm one of those people who would appreciate being corrected for their grammar so I can learn better. So anyways, June's birth flowers are roses. Hopefully that's right. I put down this I Am Unique Polaroid vinyl from my shop. I think I rediscovered my love for peanut butter, so yeah, there's that. Let me know whether you prefer smooth or crunchy. And then Oh yeah, this was part of my color series. I was focusing on this green, so I doodled some watermelons, some trees. This is like a fold out flap, but I'm not going to fold it out because it is none of your business. I wrote down some thoughts that I had about a doctor's appointment. On this day, I had some sushi and I doodled these wacky looking dinos. These are some kiwis. And then I made some cornbread and double chocolate granola. This is just a tip-in page. And again, this is what I was talking about earlier with these pages that I'm not going to use. I can totally like cut them out and do things like this. So it's not a complete waste. Okay, finally feels like summer. I think it was starting to get sunny finally. On this day, I made the pre-order announcement, which I was really excited about. And what? Oh, I wanted to write Facebook, but I wrote face boob by accident. And then I drew this face boob. Hopefully this doesn't get this video marked as PG-13 or something, but there's that. Okay, moving on. I think I had an upset stomach, so I pasted in the peppermint tea that I drank, and this was a huge design day. This is basically what my design days look like. In the morning when I start, I'm like super inspired and just like on top of it, and then by the end of the day, I'm just disheveled. I am seeing stars, but I refuse to stop, and this is what happens. And then this is the day after. I look like a crazy person. Had sushi on this day. Got tamago nigiri, salmon, avocado, Alaska, and spider rolls. Got some groceries. Progress is not linear. I really like how I did this doodle. I started a new gym routine on this day. I was just getting really bored of my previous routine, so I decided to make some adjustments. This was, again, the beginning of the pre-order. I was super excited. On Sunday, I didn't really want to do a to-do list, so I basically just did journaling check-ins throughout the day, and I quite like how this looks. Monday and Tuesday, as you can see, again, I kind of just didn't have time to write down my to-do list and all of that. Struggling unnecessarily is not strength. Tablecloth woes. Oh yeah, so I will be a vendor. I've mentioned this a lot of times, but I will be a vendor at the Stationery Fest in New York in August, which I'm really stressed about. But I finished designing the tablecloth for it, and it is so dang cute. I'm really excited about it. But on this day, I hadn't figured out what I wanted to do. Because I'm used to designing like these tiny stickers. So designing a tablecloth for a 6 foot table, 6 foot table, 6 foot. See, this is what I mean about my grammar. Designing a tablecloth for a 6 foot wide table was something quite new to me. So I was struggling a lot with that, but there's that. These were 2 no to-do list days. I realized that I hadn't done any rainbow spreads dedicated to Pride Month. So this is what I wanted to do. And I love how bright this is. This is a quotation by Murakami. If you remember me, then I don't care if everyone else forgets. Good one. And then I spent some time with my sister on this day. My sister and I are really close, but just in recent months, we really haven't had time together. She's a new mom, so obviously her time is more constrained, and I have been busy with work stuff, so it's just hard to find time for just the two of us. But we had a really nice chat on this day, so that was lovely. Friday, I had a meeting. Oh yeah, so I forgot that I had a meeting at the bank, and then at 11, and then at 12 I had to end the pre-order, so I literally rushed home to do that. That was kind of crazy. And then I made some Chinese almond cookies, which this is what they look like. On Saturday, I went on a 2.5 hour long hike, and I was listening to 101 essays that will change The Way You Think, I think that's what it's called. And I took some really good notes at the beginning. I thought it was, it had good advice and ideas to ponder, and I was just like taking notes on my phone while walking. But then I didn't like it like midway through. I feel like she could have picked maybe 10 good essays and fleshed them out instead of 101 essays. Quality over quantity, you know? Anyways, I'm a terrible writer, so I am in no position to give advice. I did some check-ins, and then midway through I wanted to do some to-do lists. And then I was updating my Spotify playlist on this day. Monday, I was mostly designing on this day, I think, so I just didn't have many things to update. Oh, very exciting. Something that I'm testing out is printing on the back of vinyls. Okay, the one vinyl that I have here at my disposal is this random glitter 2024 vinyl. But anyways, currently the backing is just white, and I'm testing out printing my logo on the back. Obviously, it doesn't really change the usability for customers, but I think it'll be cute and it's a good branding thing, I guess. So really excited about that, and I will update everyone when that starts rolling out. On the 25th, I watched Inside Out 2 with my friends, and I loved, oh my gosh, I loved this movie. I didn't even know this was out. I just remembered that I enjoyed the first movie, and I thought it would be a nice way to spend some time with friends and take a little break. So I was obviously excited to hang out with my friends and watch a movie, but I just did not expect to like this movie so much. I had some genuine like belly laughs, and they portrayed anxiety very well. That's all I will say. Wednesday, we got 20 boxes of stuff from DHL, and it is for the birthday sale. None of you are going to be ready for what this is. I'm so excited. Okay, moving on. Thursday, this is when I revealed the new tiny icons. These are all up in the shop now. My tiny icons request list is 20 miles long, or I guess I'm Canadian, 20 kilometers long. So definitely bear with me as I work through all of them. But if you ever have any requests, definitely leave them in the comments or email or whatever, and I will add it to my 20 kilometer long list. Friday, yesterday, I was so stressed. So that was a good reason to make some strawberry jam and peanut butter. This is what they look like. I bought these meal prep containers, and I just like gave them to my friends and family. So there was that. And this is today. Tomorrow is going to be the last day. Oh, this was the letter that I wrote to myself at the end of last year, which maybe I'll read again at the end of this year. But anyways, tomorrow is going to be the last day. I'm honestly just so excited to again refocus all of my love and creative energy into the Hobonichi Cousin for July. And that concludes my June planner update. I feel like I talked really fast in this video, so hopefully it is bearable to watch, but wishing you all a great July ahead. Thank you for all of your support, and